Welcome back. Welcome back to another ChabDog Sports Talk Show brought to you live from our studios here in Hermosa Beach, California. It is the ChabDog Sports Talk Show where today, well, it's going to be a bit of an NCAA basketball extravaganza where we give you the first look and a very candid look, and we're not afraid to twist some noses and hurt some feelings here, just to express the truth look in terms of what the matchups and the brackets are going to look like, who got squeezed, who no names got in, etc., etc. Got some exciting stuff, especially from on the spot. Aaron York in New York City giving us all the action. Dorothy Don calling in from Irvine, California, and our great Marine, once Marine, always Marine, Abe Miranda from Santa Clarita, California, and of course Brandon Chabner sitting to my right, our show host.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is the Is Purdue Finally Due show, and we will be talking a lot about college basketball and what to expect in the NCAA tournament coming up. This is brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's business and transactional legal needs and estate planning as well. Check that out at chabnerlaw.com. Also, ChabDog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary, where you can find our recent shows and headlines from the sporting world and all that extensive commentary on Big Ten basketball. Thank you, Aaron York, our co-host, for your efforts to keep us clued in on what's happening in that conference and more generally college basketball. It's always a special time when we get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day and watch Selection Sunday, and I have a lot of good memories of going to the North End to watch the games around this time of year. So maybe we'll do that this year, Eric, if we can spare the time. And thank you for your production efforts and getting this show off of the ground every morning.
Yeah, we're a little late getting going today, but we got going.
But better late than never.
Exactly.
And we got a lot to talk about today.
Camera front now.
Oh,
yes. So
okay.
Let's bring in our co-host here.
We got Abe Miranda with his St. Patrick's Day outfit. I always can count on you to be dressed appropriately for the occasion. I love that hat. Don't lose that hat, okay?
Thank you so much, ChabDog, and well-read. Of course, I have to dress the part as always. I think my brother would be very disappointed in me if I was not wearing a funny hat today. So a funny hat it is for sure. And as always, I look forward to these shows every Sunday. And, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
And happy St. Patrick's Day to Dorothy Dawn with her donning her green Tigers shirt, which is just kind of hard to understand. But I know it's St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't know that team had green. And
there are a lot of Irish in Michigan because there's a whole slew of Detroit stuff that you can buy that is green. Tigers, Red Wings, I would never have bought this myself, but one of my friends from high school bought it for me. Yeah. So once a year it comes out.
Well, I guess you won't get pinched then, right? Because you're wearing all that green.
That's right.
Yeah, but Aaron will. I don't see any green on him. He's wearing orange. I guess does that count? I don't know if he understood. He heard that, but
Aaron's for sure in New York, New Jersey mode.
Let's just ask Aaron if he can hear you.
Aaron, can you?
Oh, he's muted.
I have like one green shirt. I hate the Jets. I hate the Eagles. I don't root for all of them with sports shirts, so I barely have any green.
Yeah,
and
I'm not wearing it.
Yeah, so I'm not in the spirit. Not in the spirit. It's Purim, or at least we're celebrating Purim at my parents' house today because they just got back from vacation. So I was in Purim mode, but
nice.
I will have to do something Irish. I'll at least have a beer or something.
How come you didn't bring your grogger?
Because it would blow out the speakers because the grogger is so loud. That's why.
The grogger is something you have for Purim, and you swirl it and it makes noise. I think it had to do with warning people about Haman or something. Haman was the villain of Purim.
Heyman. So what I like to do on Twitter every year is I go to John Heyman's Twitter account. He's a baseball reporter, and just absolutely spam him and troll him and boo him. I think it's great. I think it should be a tradition.
Yes, Purim is is a celebration of the Jews' triumph over Haman. This was in Persia during the Persian Empire. And,
that's right. That's right.
Queen Esther saved us.
Yes,
she was.
She sounds hot.
Yeah, she was hot.
Really
hot. Yep. Thank God she was hot, right?
Yeah, and really, I'm not making this up. Like, that's part of the story. That's why things got done.
My mom usually sends me Hamantaschen, but she's falling down on the job.
Oh,
she didn't send me anything.
Oh no!
I don't.
Maybe eating your leftover Hamantaschen.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was a little hard on her in the top 10 list, but I thought most of it was very nice.
That's a sign. That's a signal, dude.
Yeah.
Here come. Pack your bags.
I did something. I don't know. I'll have to call her today and apologize.
Yeah, for something.
Yeah. So, what do you want to start talking about first? I mean, we got football we could talk about first if you want. Like some of the things that happened in football were kind of interesting.
Yeah, let's get football out of the way if there's football news.
Like I really wanted the Steelers to acquire Justin Fields initially. I wasn't interested in Russell Wilson, and then they got Russell Wilson, and now they got Justin Fields, right? So I thought this was an April Fool's joke when I saw it coming across on Facebook, but I guess now they're going to have to figure out what to do with both those guys.
Yeah, does anybody else think this makes no sense as well?
To me, I'm surprised Chicago is getting rid of him. I'm wondering if there was a little not getting along going on there. He's good.
We thought so.
I know they didn't get that much for him. So Steelers made out like bandits, and I would be playing Justin Fields. I think he's the one that's got more long-term potential.
Yeah, for $1 million a year, they can pay Russell Wilson to park the cars. I mean, that's pretty much what you pay to park him anyway. So they'll park him. He'll just be advising on the sidelines and move into the front office or something. Yeah, it's just weird.
Maybe he'll become Mike Tomlin's offensive coordinator. Yeah,
Aaron. Any guess how many quarterbacks the Bears or quarterbacks' careers the Bears have killed in recent years? What would you opine?
They've killed all of the quarterbacks. I'm trying to remember. Usually, the guys they have, you don't even think they're going to be very good because their defense always been good enough to keep them out of the bottom of the draft. So when they got Justin Fields, that was the first really exciting prospect they had in a while. I mean, they made the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, who was an prospect at one point, not really with them.
Tribal member. Rex Grossman.
They never think highly of the quarterbacks to begin with. So
let's go through some of these names.
Okay, well, we got to set a benchmark.
Bob Avellini from Maryland.
We got to set a benchmark here. Where does Smoking Joe Cutler? Is Joe Cutler?
Jay
is
Cutler.
He somebody that they destroyed, or is he somebody that was good?
Jay Cutler.
Smoking Jay.
If Jay Cutler was the man, and he was good by Bears standards, but if he was the guy, then Denver never would have traded him.
Well, he wasn't the guy in Denver because they had Tebow Mania going on.
Jay Cutler had potential. He just didn't.
Okay,
really...
so that's another example of Chicago destroying somebody's career. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe I don't know.
Chicago on that because they had to trade for him.
Okay, well,
if he was a franchise quarterback, Denver would have kept him.
Outright, they've destroyed Justin Fields' career so far, in my opinion, because he just hasn't.
He might be a bust.
Yeah.
Well, Justin Fields has had some great games. He's put up some good numbers. Is an exciting player with
some proper coaching, he could have been way better.
Running around.
Yeah. This will be the ultimate test of whether the Bears' jinx on quarterbacks is true and holds, because the Steelers should be able to get somewhere with him.
He might not even start this year because they're already saying that Russell Wilson's the starter. So Russell Wilson's going to have to mess up.
God, I don't know, man. I think that's hard to see him on the sidelines. And Russell Wilson better start fast and better be on his game.
Drama queen.
Yeah. All right. Was there anything else? That was non-Steeler related, Mr. Steeler?
Oh, non-Steeler related.
Yeah.
I know. Well, Derrick Henry went to the Ravens. That was big news. That was a few days ago.
Oh, that's big news.
Yeah. That's gonna help them, obviously. They lost some running back. They lost Gus Edwards, but they got a better running back, I guess. So
Yeah, and Aaron, maybe you can tell us what happened to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley's gone, right?
Where'd he go?
He went to
I knew the Giants were going to bring him back. The writing was on the wall. It was on the wall when they franchise tagged him, and then they didn't want to extend him. So it's been on the wall for a while. It just sucks that he went to the Eagles. I thought he would go to a team like Houston that has a quarterback on a rookie contract. And, it sucks. I mean, he's probably going to be great, but he is signed for ages 27, 28, 29, I think, and he already has injury history, so maybe his best days are behind him, but the Eagles fans are thrilled, but it's free agency. I mean, I've been seeing Mets fans jump over the moon at Max Scherzer and it'd be a disaster, so who knows? And everyone's forgetting who kicked the Eagles' ass at the end of last year. It was the Giants in a blowout, and the Eagles didn't look like they belonged on the same field, and they were the worst team in football for like the last month. And now we're going to sign this amazing running back. He's going to turn everything around. They have a lot of questions with that offense. They're saying, it's got all these tools. You had Jalen Hurts and you had Swift, who was pretty good, and you had those 2 wide receivers. And it was a broken team at the end of last year. Eagles fans should be more worried about that. But they're going to, they need that's their Super Bowl and free agency now, because it's going to be a while until they win a real Super Bowl. So it just sucks that he's with the Eagles. And now he's getting a feud with Tiki Barber, who was my guy when I was growing up. I think I was in 6th grade when he got drafted, and he was the running back forever. So I love Tiki Barber, and for him to say something tongue in cheek, like, "Oh, you're dead to me," like that's what all fans are saying. Because you go to the Eagles, you're dead to me. I mean, that's pretty much it. And Saquon just taking that way too seriously and going up, and that was silly. So he did the right thing for him. So I don't blame him for that. It doesn't mean I have to be thrilled for him signing with the Eagles. I don't blame him, but I don't like it. Is what I think. You could feel both things at once. Okay. So that's my take. I'm a Penn State fan, so I've been with Saquon forever.
Okay.
One more thing about football. I saw updated rankings of the most hated NFL teams, and guess who is now number 1 in as the most hated NFL team? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Is it the Chiefs?
Yes, the Chiefs by a wide margin. So
they're hated because they win.
I'm not the only one that's reached his limit of red and yellow.
I'm sure that the Taylor Swift thing, help add to those numbers a little bit.
Actually, they exceeded the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys had been number 1 in that department as most hated, and number 3 is the Eagles.
Wow.
Yeah. Too low.
Okay.
So I threw that in there for you.
And the Lions are at the bottom of that, I'm sure.
No, I think the Commanders are probably.
The Lions are the most pitied.
The Commanders and then the Chargers.
It's not a compliment when you're not hated.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I'm sure the Angels are down there too.
That's why I was telling my girlfriend yesterday, who has problems with a lot of people. I go, it's a compliment. You intimidate people. It's when people don't like you, like a lot of people don't like Taylor Swift because she's freaking badass, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be in Los Angeles for the Rams. He's going to be backing up Matthew Stafford.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah. What happened to Carson Wentz? I liked him.
Still play? Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand why you would prefer Garoppolo to Wentz. Bueller. More competent. I don't trust Garoppolo. But let the Rams figure that one out. So we're all here to talk about college basketball, obviously.
All right, let's jump to
college basketball. We could. Do you want to start off with some Gene Keady?
Yeah.
Since we're going to talk a lot about the Big Ten.
Yeah,
and,
let's go into do some Gene Keady.
This was let's go to like 1990, back when Gene Keady had that Combover going.
Away from the action of Gene Keady.
Again, this is under Section 107. If anybody's ever wondering, what we're doing here, we're playing clips under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, which is fair use. I mean, this is a clip that was crudely recorded clip off of a TV in 1990. So that's the 34 years, ChabDog?
Yes, 34 years ago.
34 years ago, some grainy footage of some guy with the worst comb over you're about to see.
Playing it.
Somehow handed the keys to Purdue, and Never made it to a Final Four, right?
Yeah, but he's probably the best coach never to make it to the Final Four.
Okay.
And he played Illinois, which was coached by Lou Henson, who had one of the worst rugs I've ever seen.
Wow. Well, we'll see him.
So it was pretty funny.
Let me get our logo back up here.
But Illinois was pretty good. They had Turner, Kendall Gill.
A little upset with what's happened so far. Okay, there's a timeout at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana, and we're going to return after this message from Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, you get to see Dylan on the commercial here?
That this broadcast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express prior written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. Boy, the offensive rebounding for the Alliance. And he works down underneath. The drive is good by Chucky White.
Boy, a sweet pass by Tony Jones, and a good cut by White, but Jones made that one happen with a shovel pass. I should say Scheffler labeled Jones, and he really did with an elbow. Look at that. Keady is going at it, isn't he? Well, if he had our angle, he might not be so upset. Here's why.
With being an all-state football player, there you see the T called on Gene. He's not done yet.
He's a big man.
I think they got 2 T's, and that's really going to hurt. Jones will get the 1-1 first of all, and then Illinois may shoot 4 technical free throws.
He hit him with two
turnaround coming up right here if Illinois can cash in at the line.
We can get a lot of points with nothing going on.
There's 2.
You know where Purdue is located?
Kendall Gill,
Lafayette.
Will be Kendall Gill.
Indiana.
Yeah.
In the corn country. They grow a lot of corn. There's nothing else around there. Just cornfields.
Is it West Lafayette or what Lafayette?
Dude, there's Lafayette's so small. Yeah, West Lafayette. It's the same diff. Lafayette, yeah.
And the crowd is going bananas here.
Bananas.
16,000 plus. Good thing we've got these headphones on, Dan. Couldn't hear anything down here.
Let me just check the system here, since I have to do it on the same computer, just to see if we're getting blanked out on it right now. No, so far so good.
Okay.
I think that's good. All right, let's carry on with our.
Let's carry on and get a few more blow-ups.
Of 1990 Big Ten.
Gene Keady.
Well, I like this. He got a lot of attention.
Illinois leads by 12.
The announcers talk about him all the time.
So just one technical foul call, a 2-shot tee on the bench on Gene Keady. But now
that looks like a rowdy play,
12-point lead, Dick, and a chance to really open up some daylight.
Now what are they going to call?
I don't know. Oh, now the bench is called London Bradley over to say there were 2 technical fouls called.
Well, they set another tee, and Gene Keady is still going after Terry Stout.
He is smoking over there.
He didn't pull any punches.
Now they're going to have to regroup. The officials will have to regroup. You had said they had 2 tees.
You think he got along with Bobby Knight? Steve Scheffler.
Rodney Jones and Steve Scheffler going at
it.
Steve
Scheffler was a man.
The shoulder into him, the big left forearm.
Look at him.
Okay, Sam Licklider over to explain that 2 officials called technical fouls on Keady. 1 each. So 1 cancels out, of course. Just 1 on the bench and 2 free throws. So 28-16 Illinois ball. 4:40 to play.
Oh, under the Liberty.
Marcus Liberty.
That's just bad defense by Purdue. I think the Boilermakers are a little bit rattled right now, and Illinois has got them on the ropes. We went from 16 all to 30 to 16 Illinois.
Oh my God! Total meltdown for Purdue.
Turnaround by Bardo.
Oh no!
A fine individual effort by Stephen Bardo.
How come Illinois never got in trouble for their mascot? Because they're Indians as well, Native American Indians.
Is that how that worked out? All right.
Yeah. The Fighting Illini.
All right, so this 90 Sports Nostalgia video is a video about Gene.
Back to.
Back to the real world.
Okay, so let's go. So now we played some 1990.
So
that's today's matchups.
That's a lead in to the Big Ten of today with Purdue.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Sorry.
They lost to Wisconsin in the semifinals. Were you surprised by that, Aaron? I was warning you.
was warning me about. I'm not worried about Purdue. I knew Purdue was going to lack motivation in the Big Ten tournament because they can't make their seed any higher. I thought Illinois would win the whole tournament. That's still obviously very possible because Illinois made it through the final. So, yeah, I was a little surprised that Wisconsin won, but Wisconsin's been playing better lately. They got off to a hot start in Big Ten play. We're 8-1. Then they went on a 3-8 stretch. But now they have found their footing again because they're hitting jump shots. And A.J. Storr hit some huge shots, made some huge plays with that putback dunk in that game. Max Klesmit with the game winner. And they're getting more to their bench with John Blackwell, the freshman, and that McGee kid. I forgot if he transfer a freshman, but he's giving them some off the bench. So they're a very well-balanced team, and they're starting to make their shots. So, yeah, Purdue still should have gotten done because Edey was getting all the calls. But Braden Smith, that's what people worry about. That backcourt, he had the ball at the game on the line. He pushes off Chucky Hepburn, and he also let Hepburn blow it by him for the game-tying layup. So there's still a lot to be concerned about there.
Yeah. So the teams in the Big Ten that I think are getting in, I'll give you my list, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but Purdue.
There should be 6.
Purdue, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa. Are they getting in? Nebraska.
Iowa's out.
Oh, Nebraska's getting in. Yeah, and then it's getting a little harder for me. Who else?
The preppy kids in Chicago.
The preppy. Who's that?
The Illini.
I said Illini.
Northwestern.
Northwestern. Oh, I forgot about them. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I can think of for the Big Ten.
Well, that's all of them. That's 6.
Yeah. So that's not going to be the most. I think the most will be the SEC.
I was talking to Dorothy before. There's a question over whether Michigan State is going to avoid the first 4. I think they will, but CBS has them on the first 4 playing against Dayton, which would be a home game for Dayton because the first 4 is always in Dayton. So that'd be a tough draw for Michigan State.
Yeah, hopefully, Dayton's pretty good.
Hopefully they avoid that.
First 4. Here's CBS right here.
But this isn't the actual. This is just somebody's prediction, I mean, it's not. Don't take this as the gospel.
Bracket predictions here in the corner here, right here. So.
Okay, I mean, I really don't agree with some of that. Like Kansas, number 4, they've been sucking lately. I wouldn't put them at a 4. I'd give them like a 6. They've totally fallen apart like a cheap suit.
Team?
What else?
Montana State. Where the hell they come? Howard.
Yeah, a lot of this other stuff.
Wagner. Is that Wagner?
Well, these are the teams that are the most fringe teams, Okay, well, here's a team that should have gotten in, I think, or maybe they still will, is Pitt. Yeah. And they got to the ACC tournament final 4, didn't they? The semifinals, and they won 22 games. They had a good record.
Screw Pitt.
What's that?
Screw Pitt. They stink. ACC's down. Oh. It's no good. NC State robbed everyone when
NC State said.
So I can go without Pitt.
Oh, you don't like the ACC?
Oh well, they're members. I thought I saw Pittsburgh here.
The first 4 out. Colorado had a good year. Look at that. Virginia's not in it. Oh my God, that would be a big shocker.
Virginia's had some horrible losses, but I thought they were in. They might be the first team out, Virginia.
Yeah, because of these,
they let Pitt in.
Yeah, because of all these automatic bids that go to the teams that win the tournaments, it really does mean that some teams with good records there's no room for them. But but
they're not that good. For these middling teams, they have chances. Virginia had their chances. Pitt had their chances. All these teams in the bubble, there are multiple opportunities for them to win games. They didn't get it done. We don't need these teams. I'd just let the Cinderellas in, and they're a fun story like Wagner. They're probably going to lose because they're a 16 seed, but there are teams on a 13, 14 line that come from these smaller schools that are going to be competitive and have a chance. I don't need to see Iowa. I don't need to see Seton Hall when these teams
do
it.
Nuggies.
You're just upset because Penn State didn't get it, huh? Is Penn State going to go to the NIT?
One of the teams that had chances, and we have some wins. Okay, we beat Wisconsin, we beat Illinois, great. We also have some horrible losses where we dropped the ball against Bucknell, and we lost to a bunch of teams. I'm not mad about Penn State at all. I knew Penn State wasn't going to get it.
Okay.
This is Wagner.
Now they're expanding the tournament. They're going to let teams like Penn State in. That's just awful. It needs to be standard.
So Penn State goes to the NIT. We don't need to talk about the NIT, right?
No, we need to talk about Wagner some more. Anyway, I got enough Wagner.
We have a chance.
NIT. So Pittsburgh's going to go to the NIT? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we didn't talk about the SEC. They got a lot of teams that I think are pretty strong. Actually, that division is that conference has tons of talent. Alabama's good. Kentucky and Tennessee are good. Auburn is pretty strong, and so those teams. And there's probably 2 or 3 more that go from the SEC.
Well, yeah, Samford. Yeah, like
Samford,
St. Peter's.
Samford's not Stanford. Okay,
Grand Canyon. Yes, Samford. SAM. like
that's in.
Where is that?
Probably beat Stanford.
That's where Samford and Son was filmed, I think.
No, it was Sanford. SAM.
It's in South Carolina, I think.
South Carolina,
something like that.
Sounds pretty redneck.
And then
Grand.
Oh, you got Yale in there. Is that right? Look at that. I didn't know that. Yale was a 13th seed. Wow, I do have something to care about in this tournament now.
Oh boy, yeah.
We must have won the Ivies. Wow. Nobody even told me about that.
Yeah, well, in the West.
Yeah.
But Grand Canyon's not in the West. That's peculiar.
Well, again, this isn't the official, unless, that's the problem. Some of these teams are definitely in because they won their tournament or whatever, but I don't want to get my hopes up based on something that's somebody's prediction.
There's this list we're looking at here on CBS.
Is the Big 12 any good? I mean, I really am not that impressed. Like, Houston got destroyed by Iowa State. What the hell's up with that?
Big 12.
I saw Iowa State play. They are not a number 1 seed. I'm sorry. They're getting that by default. And the rest of the Big 12 is pretty lunchy. I mean, I guess Baylor's not bad, and Houston's highly regarded, but I wasn't real impressed with their inside game, and they lost. I think they lost Roberts and somebody else to injuries. What do you think of Houston, Aaron? Do you think they're
really
good?
Guards and Chad Pryor?
Yeah, but I guess they were just really flat yesterday.
Yeah, they were incredibly flat. I mean, before that blowout loss, they were killing everyone in the Big 12 tournament. Well, they only played, I think, 2 other games, but they were really rolling. That was shocking when they lost to Iowa State like that.
Yeah. And like I said, Kansas is in, but they don't scare me that much. And I'm not sure who else. Texas Tech,
22-10 Kansas.
Yeah, but they're in the Big 12. They're like 10-10 or something. They're 10-9. They've had a very deeply disappointing year.
Well, Creighton.
Kansas.
Creighton.
3-9.
They're good. Creighton's good. And the Big East has Creighton and Connecticut. Connecticut's the 1,000-pound gorilla in the room.
25-9 Marquette.
Marquette's good, but they got beat pretty soundly. Connecticut's really a team that, one of the only teams that took care of business in the tournament.
Yeah.
And
31-3. They're thumping doors down.
That's a returning champion, defending champion. When do you know when the last time that happened was? It hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah. When was that?
Florida. 2006. Yeah.
Jesus.
Remember 2006, 2007 with Billy Donovan?
I don't. I forgot.
And speaking of, he didn't have a comb over. He had the widow's peak.
Oh boy.
Where his hair was slicked back all the time, and he was like a Richard Nixon widow peak.
Or like Dennis Hopper and.
Maybe I don't remember him.
Okay.
Am I the only one that knows that term, widow's peak?
Oh no, I know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. Do you like that?
I don't think I have one. I do have a bald spot here. That's my inheritance from my father.
Yeah, but your hair is so long. It's just nobody pays attention.
A little extra testosterone right there.
Oh. Oh, really?
Thank heavens I'm not a man. I would have been bald for sure.
Is your dad, does he have not a lot of hair?
no.
Yeah.
No, he's bald.
Yeah.
He is bald. And JP is too, but I don't even notice it with him.
Yeah.
I think it's like white bald men kind of bugs me because it reminds me of my dad, but a black bald man does not bother me.
You see a lot more.
I know.
Yeah, you see a lot more.
Yeah, as well.
That's the joke.
So yeah, what do you got on the clips? We could play some more.
Yeah, let's see how we get in trouble with copyright.
Oh, we could, we could talk some about women's basketball and.
Yeah. Let's see if we get in trouble with this.
I am really looking forward to a big confrontation between South Carolina and LSU again. That's always fun to watch. Big women pushing each other.
The fallout from
So this is courtesy of WDSU News. Where do you think that station's from? WDSU.
WDSU?
Yeah. In fact, I'm
Delaware? I don't know.
Yeah, let's so we're fair to these people. Let's
it's probably somewhere in the South.
Let's see.
Where
Let's go to their page so we give them some nice
I don't
Southeast
see?
Louisiana.
So that explains it because they're probably big on LSU.
Yeah, let's even we'll subscribe to them, and this is what we recommend you do here: is support this channel because look at the good quality news they're giving us here from the Bayou.
From that nasty fight yesterday between LSU and South Carolina women's basketball team.
Randy,
yeah, pretty wild.
Russo, Travers Mack, and Sula Kim. So these people must know
There are multiple players ejected, and an LSU player's brother was arrested after jumping onto the court.
For the very latest on this,
okay.
Sports reporter Kendall Duncan joins us live in studio. Kendall, a lot to unpack from this ugly incident.
Yeah, y'all said it.
Oh, isn't that cute? You hear what she said? Y'all said it.
That's just how they talk down
there. Tense and ugly situation yesterday in the SEC championship game when multiple players from both LSU and South Carolina would be ejected. And now we know the fallout from the dust-up, which includes one arrest. So let me take you through the events. Late in the fourth quarter of this highly competitive matchup, Flau'jae Johnson would intentionally foul a South Carolina player. Johnson and some Gamecocks would exchange some words and a shove, but the real altercation started when Camila Cardosa came up and intentionally foul a South Carolina player. Johnson and some Gamecocks would exchange some words and a shove, but the real altercation started when Camila Cardosa came up and forcefully pushed the LSU guard to the ground. And that's when Johnson's brother, Trayron Milton, would hop the scores table into the action on the court. That's a big no-no for fans. So all day yesterday, we heard conflicting reports of the fate of Milton, but the Greenville Police Department releasing today that Milton was indeed arrested after the scuffle and has been charged with assault. This comes after Milton pushed down someone's head and stepped on her shoulder to get over the table and onto the court. He has been charged with third-degree assault and battery and disorderly conduct. Here's what Kim Mulkey had to say after the altercation.
What a cheap shot.
It's ugly. It's not good.
So this is the
this is the next coming of Pat Summit here.
Yeah, this lady's I wouldn't want to get sideways with her.
She looks pretty stern to me.
No one wants to be a part of that. No one wants to see that ugliness.
Nope.
But I can tell you this. I wish she would have pushed Angel Reese.
Wait, who's Angel Reese? Her name's Kim.
Her bigger player. I think she's 6'8". Yeah.
Don't push a kid. You 6'8". Don't push somebody that little. That was uncalled for, in my opinion. Let those two girls that were jawing, let them go at it.
Yes.
Well, SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey commenting on the matter today, saying the game was great, but, quote, I'm highly disappointed in the incident that took place late in the game and regret that it took focus off of what was otherwise a successful championship event, end quote. Guys?
All right, Ken.
Guys. All right. So then there's that.
Yeah, so that'll get people watching it more, I think.
Women were watching women's basketball already? What? Hello?
Well, some people are, yeah.
No, nobody's watching?
I mean,
I thought everybody watched women's basketball.
Oh, well, I hadn't been, but,
Aaron, don't you watch wall-to-wall women's basketball? NCAA and pro? Yeah.
I don't know if it floats as well.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay, be sarcastic with me.
If when I'm looking on Hulu and I see whatever, Florida State against Tennessee, and I turn on and there's a women's, I'm like, nope. Oh, thanks. Just not interested.
Dorothy's not interested in women's basketball.
Now, if it was Michigan, I would watch it. But I would watch men, Florida, and
it'll be interesting to see if they can keep these ratings up after Caitlin Clark goes pro.
True.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. They'll make a big deal out of her.
Anyone else is doing. I don't know if people are watching South Carolina, even though they're undefeated. Maybe if they fight everyone every game.
They're the next juggernaut, the Lady Gamecocks.
Gamecocks.
Is that what they're called?
Speaking of chickens.
Oh, Frank Purdue, yes.
So if you look at this guy here, so everybody.
Speaking of cocks.
Yeah. No, he doesn't look like one of them. If somebody was going to sell you a chicken, what are the odds of the looking? Doesn't this guy kind of look like a chicken?
Yeah. This was the original chicken man.
I mean, Dorothy, does this guy look like a chicken to you?
Kinda.
Yeah. Thank you.
His name is Frank Purdue.
Yeah, Frank Purdue.
And he was a big deal.
When some things are natural, you know it. That's the same philosophy I apply to my chickens. I've raised a unique breed with more breast meat than ever before.
Yeah, more
the
breast
only way I know how,
that.
naturally.
You know who loves that? Men. Yeah, we like more breast meat. Yeah, we're big on our chicken.
New chickens grow up healthy, eating a diet of wholesome natural foods like golden corn and marigold petals. I'd never add anything unnatural to enhance a Purdue. Why tamper with perfection?
I was thinking that something looked wrong with that picture until he took it off.
That's weird. That was really weird. Okay.
He had a good sense of humor, though.
Yes. Yeah. So here, just a question, just an innocent question, but I know it's going to, when you got to start off with, I know it's going to come out wrong, then it's going to be, dicey. But, I'll ask this to Dorothy, because Dorothy might have some experience. Dorothy, what percentage of African Americans eat chicken? 90? Fried chicken?
94%?
Yeah, it's a high percentage. Okay, thank you for backing that up.
Okay.
So, and what percentage of non-African American people eat fried chicken? Probably much less. White people, maybe 50.
What's your point?
I'd say more like
if you want the best chicken parts, always look for this tag.
Okay, yeah, from dietitian.
And if anyone tells you the tag fell off, don't fall for it.
So I find it ironic that this white guy is selling black people chicken.
White guys have been selling black people things for a long time.
My competitors figure it's my advertising
if someone's going to do chicken, I'd feel more comfortable getting, Colonel Sanders, that's another white guy. I'd be much more comfortable getting my chicken from somebody who knows chicken. And you know who knows chicken? I don't think it's biased to saying a black person knows chicken better than I do. Or him. God, him. Yes, of course. They're experts in it. I'm not. I mean, they've eaten a ton of fried chicken. I've consumed a fraction of that. And then I have to settle for Colonel Sanders? Come on, this is racism in reverse going here.
Sure. So you're beginning to see how the chicken's advertised. My advertising might be good, but it's nowhere near as good as my chickens. The fact is, if my Purdue chickens weren't as tender, juicy, and delicious as I say they are, no advertising on earth could make you eat them. That's something a lot of these other guys are going to have to learn.
Okay.
Chickens fall into two basic categories.
This goes on for 4 minutes.
There's the chicken that arises.
But do you think he didn't actually grow the chickens in Purdue, Indiana, did he?
You know what's really interesting
It's just his name.
on this one with the chicken is that we actually have one place called Hotville Chicken in L.A., and that's black-owned. And it's supposedly really good. Hotville Chicken in L.A.
Ooh, I'm sure
Is
JP
it a
would love
restaurant?
that.
What is it?
He loves hot chicken.
It's fresh fried chicken. And I guess they're opened Tuesday through Sunday, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And they get, I guess they're kind of like from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Owned by Kim Prince. And he cooks Nashville signature style chicken. That's one place. There's another place called Dolan's Soul Food Kitchen in Inglewood. They also do chicken. In Chicago, Harold's Chicken. kitchen of Clinton Wings and Things in Lafayette, Louisiana.
And there's Popeyes,
there's probably some places down in the South that have some amazing chicken places. So, yeah. So
definitely
we have some places down out there that we can do it. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
There we go. Roscoe's.
If we've been to Roscoe's, there's a whole bunch of places here in LA called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. They really do have great fried chicken there. And those are some of the places that are just kind of coming off the top of my mind.
Well, hey,
but you're right.
Yeah.
They make better chicken.
Tastings. Go out there and rate them like Frank.
I was in Nashville a lot this last year. And so I got to experience a lot of the authentic Nashville chicken.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Nashville hot chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
Will this lead us into the nutrition segment?
No, we're 41 minutes into the show so far, and in fairness to Dorothy, we start at 45. So
oh, well.
4 more minutes to kill people.
You could show some donkey baseball if you want.
Yeah, let's play.
Donkey.
Anybody here know about the Donkey Baseball League?
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Never heard of the Donkey Baseball League.
Donkey baseball is not yet played professionally. The team's being composed of businessmen of the town. So now we see who is to be first at bat. Hey, little fella, you can't make it. But wait, let's put on the uniforms. Bend over, men. The players don the official uniforms for the game. The donkeys play just as is. And here is donkey baseball. The game.
Okay, gotta stop this for a second. Aaron. How do you get a mule? How do you make a mule? Aaron New York.
The drink?
He doesn't know.
Okay. He doesn't even want to answer this question.
Yeah.
Aaron New York. Okay. Abe Miranda, you seem more excited. Aaron New York, there he is. Aaron New York, how do you breed a mule?
How do you breed a mule?
Yeah, how do you create one? Because, there isn't a mother and father mule.
A horse, what is it, a horse and a donkey?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I'm the mule.
Okay, so that's the thing there.
He's a mule pro.
Yeah, so
mule man.
So these are donkeys. This is donkey baseball. So this is the lead-in to getting.
So that's
a mule.
why the
game goes like this.
The donkeys.
Everyone is mounted on a donkey, excepting the pitcher, the batter, and the catcher. The pitcher must keep his feet in the box at all times. Okay, play ball. As soon as the batter gets a hit, he leaps on his donkey and gallops down to first base.
Doing that.
The fielders are permitted to get off of their mounts to pick up the ball, but before throwing it, must get back on the donkey. The ball is then thrown to the pitcher. The pitcher then relays the ball to the baseman.
You don't have gloves on.
Safe on first. And now you know the rules of donkey baseball. Hours have passed, and we now pick up the game at the end of the 12th inning.
Wow.
The score is tied, 40 to...
I don't think they meant... Gee, I don't think they meant that, did they?
Wow, that's a high scoring
game. Oh, no! If the Whites win, it's going to be great. I claim it's
the Whites win this game.
Holy crap.
Oh, boy, a long hit out the left field. That should be at least a three-bagger. But in donkey baseball, you can't tell what will happen. Come on, step on the gas. The left fielder goes after the ball, but he falls a little short.
Does it really take 8 minutes?
Short and hard.
Where the Whites win?
Yeah, but there is a good point.
Carry him.
Where they carried the
so in this case, he carries him.
He's stealing it, isn't it?
Keep going. We need 3 runs to tie the score. The funniest part of this is that he doesn't have to do it. The game is just played for fun. Some fun, eh? 1 run, 2 more, and we tie the score. Sit down in front. It looks like a great day for the home team. Now they are only 1 run behind.
Here comes the white team.
Sit down. And here is the run that ties the score. The donkeys sure are a big help in this game. Boo. This donkey gets a big kiss. Well, every man to his own taste.
Gee, look at that guy. Okay. Here's a question for you.
Donkey gets a big kiss.
This donkey gets...
Donkey gets...
So he's got dark eyebrows and a mustache. Does this guy look gay to you? Or is he just like, is he bestiality?
The big kiss.
I think he likes
big kiss.
Well,
big
every man to his own...
It's totally normal.
Well, if it's your pet
own taste.
I did that all the time with my dog.
What's this? Why, here comes Paul Revere. After a conscientious search of 2 hours, he finally found first base. So now he thunders on to second base.
You know what's funny? This is probably called...
He crosses third base in a cloud of dust. And here he comes with the winning run for the home team. The score at the end of the game is 44-43.
What a great game.
There seems to be an argument about that last run. Well, I insist the home team won. If I'm wrong,
baseball,
sue me.
Some donkeys.
Puts us right at the 45-minute mark, so it's time for Dorothy Dawn and her nutritional segment, and for me, put the title slide up for it. Come on, computer. There we go. Dorothy, go ahead.
Thank
Dorothy
you.
Dawn, you're on.
Here's our visitor ChabDog dog today, by the way. I don't know if you see him.
Yes.
So, and by the way, I just found out the name of that Nashville hot chicken place we love is called Party Fowl. Get it? Fowl? Like chicken?
Yeah.
So
wait, fowl like chicken? Fowl like
yeah.
I love it.
It is a good place. It's really good. It's been on like the cooking shows and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So I wanted to show the cooking size. This is my next presentation. It is going to be live or on the video. My dream as a child, I came up with this idea, is to have a cooking show. And while the food is baking for dinner, you exercise. So that is going to be the next one, March 28th. And that is my dad's birthday. So
Cooking
we will be
size.
celebrating.
See, I thought size can mean so many things to a man. Right, ChabDog? Huh? ChabDog?
Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas.
No, I want to play That's the Joke.
That's the joke.
But this is Gucci, our ChabDog representative today.
Gucci?
I'm dog sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I went to the Natural Products, Natural Food Expo West. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's a huge conference in Anaheim once a year. And it's basically, I like to call it the glorified junk food conference. And these are, I've got so much food. These are all the samples they were giving away. And I just kind of want to go through these and show you, even though something is natural, it still could be maybe a treat, not necessarily something we go crazy on. That was something I was misled to believe back in my high school years. It was fat-free this, fat-free that. I thought I could eat the whole Entenmann coffee cake that was fat-free. But no, it's a treat.
No, that's
so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think people, I feel just, especially women, I feel like don't get this concept that it's still a treat. It's still a junk food. You know, it's just natural. So like this is a tea, there's sugar in it. Mm-hmm. So that would be a treat. So I'm going to put that over here. I'm separating these by what's not a treat and what is. This is a mushroom coffee. And in the list, there is sugar here, mushroom extract. Let's see. So if there's sugar in it, I definitely put it in the treat category. And then this actually, carbonated water, white grape juice, organic lime juice, and lemon juice. So I would say that's okay. It's just fruit juice in it. So I would say that's not a treat. This is yogurt. Of course, yogurt's healthy for you with all the probiotics, but sugar is the second ingredient. So this is really a dessert. Okay. People are fooled. This is an oat yogurt, and sugar is the third ingredient. So this is a dessert. Now these are chips. Only 4 ingredients: corn, rice, bran oil, sea salt, and citric acid. So these are like a better choice than like your normal tortilla chip is, you know, more natural. It's still, you know, it's a better choice. I'll put it in the non-treat. You could use it as your carb.
Well,
it's
let's read the ingredients. What are the ingredients? Dorothy, read the ingredients on that for me, please.
Corn, rice bran oil, sea salt, citric acid.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing hydrogenated. There's no bleached or enriched flour. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
The only thing, like for someone who's watching their fat intake, which we do need fat, but, this was fried in rice bran oil, but you can have fat. You can have a serving of fat or two at your meal. So I would eat this maybe, for Taco Tuesday with some ground turkey, and it's not horrible.
No, not at all.
These are natural little crackers made out of organic butternut squash, tapioca starch, arrowroot, organic sunflower oil, organic red beans, organic cheddar cheese, organic non-fat milk, yeast, sea salt, lactic acid, baking soda, organic onion, garlic, paprika, rosemary, annatto extract, paprika extract, organic nutritional yeast. So, I mean, this is a glorified junk food.
Yeah.
I don't say it's horrible to have. Everything in there we understand. But still, like, I'll see sometimes my friends pop open this box and finish the whole box in front of the TV.
How many calories in that box, Dorothy?
In the whole box?
Yes.
So it's 140 calories per serving. There's 4 servings. So
4 times
what
4
is that,
plus
560?
160 is
560?
Yeah. So that's like eating a bag of chips if you eat the box.
Yeah, so it's okay to have this, but you look at the serving size, which is 44 crackers. That's 140 calories, and that's this is your carb. It's 21 grams of carb. 15 grams is 1 serving of a carb. So, it's about 1.5 carbs. So it could be your carb. So I wouldn't say this is horrible. It's a little fancy junk food or health food. So, so I put that over here. You don't eat the whole box.
No. 1 serving sounds pretty innocent, though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Tea.
This is a health food. It's just leaves. These are little fruit.
That's great.
Whole passion fruit, apple juice, cane sugar. So it's a treat.
Okay.
Even though it's your dessert. I mean, I personally would rather maybe have a little bit of a Snicker bar if it's going to have a dessert. But the good thing about that is you got a little more nutrition in it. But hopefully I get my nutrition through my other food. But it doesn't mean you can eat it like crazy just because it's fruit.
Yeah, you got 4 of them because it's nutritious.
Yeah, I mean, it has vitamins in it and stuff, but you can't go to town on it.
No.
Little chocolate nuts. This is a dessert. Black walnuts. This is wholesome. These are little weird jelly things that are from Italy. So made of fruit, but they're sugar. They're candy. That goes over there. This man, because it was the end of the thing, he gave me this whole tray. It's like, these are little fig cookies sweetened by dates,
Ooh.
Healthier option, but still, you back in the day when I was, thinking it was just healthy to eat fat-free, and I would have eaten this whole thing. No, like here, have a little, maybe 4 is 1 cookie. You don't eat the whole thing. So I'm very vulnerable right now. I'm telling you how silly I used to be in my high school years, but this is a treat.
Okay.
So
those would get
dessert.
very quickly.
Yeah, 1 at a time. We eat them all in one shot, but 1 at a time.
This is I've already read the ingredients on this granola bar. It's peanuts, whole grain oats, organic tapioca syrup, which is a sugar, organic honey, banana, natural flavor, sea salt, organic rosemary extract. So it's a treat. Again, I mean, it's good before a workout, maybe, but it's got sugar in it. So you don't want to go to town on this. And then I got stevia. I mean, these are good because there's no calories in it, but it's definitely processed. So
Chemicals.
This is one thing I've eliminated from my diet this year. I only have it on Sunday in my coffee. So I just drink my coffee black now because this is not really good for the intestine. It destroys the little friendly bacteria we get in there.
Yes.
So this is my treat.
Artificial sweeteners are very harmful, but
last but not least, these.
Ooh, there we go.
I wish God had a booth at this. Wholesome food. Look, it's just this. These are what we need to base our diet on. I swear my tagline is going to be fruits, vegetables, wholesome, lean meats, always will be, always have been, forevermore what we should eat. Just like my dad ends his sermons. But I'm talking about fruits and vegetables and whole grains and olive oil and lean meats if you choose to have meat. That's the way to eat most of your food. Maybe have one treat a day. Thank you. That is my...
And the agony of defeat.
Oh, there we go. All right. Thank you, Dorothy Dawn.
You're welcome.
Well, I think we're making some progress here on our weight reduction goals, which is good. And taking some Shilajit also helps. Oh, what's that?
Shilajit.
I can't even pronounce it, but it works.
It's Shilajit. Oops.
It does work. So, what's that? A picture of you?
Yeah, that's a picture of me yesterday.
Oh, what you're at some kind of a celebration where they threw paint on you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's called Holi, Holi, and it's an Indian celebration.
Oh.
So I was there.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
With, and I don't mean Slurpee Indians. I don't mean powwow Indians. I mean Slurpee Indians. I mean people from India.
Good luck getting that shirt clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It remains untouched right now, and it got far worse later. But in Holi, it's a celebration of good over evil, and then of just having fun in the paint, because it's kind of like you can play like you're hidden, you're somebody else. Apparently, although we don't, but it's in the folklore of the day. Everyone in the neighborhood would paint each other up whether they wanted it or not, and they could just pretend to be other things under these masks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is like the mythological.
Well, you're making a lot of. I can see you going to the gym more. You definitely changing your look a little bit there.
Well, that's meeting Dorothy Dawn's diet last week. Remember, Dorothy, that diet that you helped me get on there? Yeah, and that turkey. And I'll send you a picture of that. I think the tortilla is maybe 8 inches, maybe 7 or 8 inches.
Okay, 8 inches. Because you're an active man that don't need to lose weight, so you could have a couple carbs and end with a fruit at your meals.
Well, there's lots of protein there. There was the carbs were only in the tortilla itself. Everything else, the turkey was protein. Some carrots, some green beans. Then the spices and stuff. That's nothing really.
Yeah, very wholesome. Yeah, pardon me. I wanted to show you,
Yeah.
That's all the treats, and this is the few at the Natural Expo.
The oranges in there, though. There's very little of it. Yeah, so exactly. It's so extreme there. The stuff we get, most of it's junk, and yet that's what we eat.
Yeah, and if you saw me eating earlier, it was a gluten-free muffin from my Sacramento thing on Monday. That's a treat. I save it for Sunday. I don't eat it on Monday. I had fruit and a hard-boiled egg, but I saved a muffin for my treat day.
And then you go gluten-free. What's the difference between a gluten or gluten-free muffin? Which is better?
Well, the gluten is great for texture. It makes it rise and has a, more of a stable mesh. The wheat makes that. But a lot of people think they have problems with gluten. Yeah. Celiac disease people do, for real.
Yes.
But it's kind of a fad right now. People are like, ooh,
it always sounds better to say it's gluten-free.
I also drink 12 beers a day.
Yeah.
Well, that may be the problem.
When you get older, gluten is hard to deal with. It makes, I think it gives you gas and uncomfortable, makes you bloating.
Bloating, yeah.
There's problems with gluten.
So does that put
Well, I think our society has eaten unhealthy for so long that the bad bacteria are overtaking the good bacteria, and that's why there's a problem digesting. It's not necessarily good to go gluten-free if you don't have a problem, because one of your friendly bacteria feeds on gluten alone. He doesn't feed on anything else. So you're starving him, that little bacteria, if you do not eat gluten.
I hear a metaphor there. Does anybody hear a metaphor for the Democratic and Republican Party there when you say that the bad bacteria has taken over the good bacteria of our nation?
It kind of is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Abe and I are going to do a skit about this.
Abe, before we go, I want Abe to talk about the NCAA pool we have and how you sign up for that. Because you're organizing that, right?
Yes, I've already organized the link, and it's already up on our social media. So if you go to Twitter, X, the link for our men's tournament challenge is there. Also, if you go to our Facebook group at ChabDog Sports, there's also the link for our men's tournament challenge. As always, we always like to offer some prizes, some ChabDog Sports merch for first, second, and third race. Things maybe like hats or a shirt or like a cup, things like of that nature. So we'll be posting up a sub post on some of the prizes we can win, but looks like the brackets here are going to be opening up in exactly 5 hours and 42 minutes from now. Okay. So right now the brackets have not been officially released, but they will be released in about almost 6 hours from now. They will be released. So you can go onto our group and sign up for our bracket challenge. Pick your bracket and let's effing go.
Yay.
Let's
I will join for sure.
Get in the top 3. Let's see if any of us can finish in the money. You know, this is going to be a completely chaotic year. I mean,
I think so too.
I throw up my hands. There's just very little to put your hat on in terms of somebody living up to expectations. Maybe Connecticut.
Maybe Marquette.
Marquette. The Golden Warriors. What are they called? I don't even know what they're called. The Golden Eagles.
I think you're right, ChabDog. I think it is going to be a very chaotic year.
Yeah, it's going to be
which is cool.
Go Montana.
It's going to be total Trump City, chaos. Just absolute chaos.
Yes. Well, that's what the left says. I mean, really, was his 4 years really that chaotic? They were actually pretty peaceful.
Well, I mean, I know you look at the last 4 years to tell me that wasn't chaos with COVID and the Ukraine war and what's going on in Israel. And I mean,
I love
and the
COVID.
Border, it's a complete mess.
Indictments of the past president and total disrespect for the rules of order we had for 2 centuries.
Chaos.
And the riots. Remember the riots?
Riots.
The riots.
The riots.
What riots?
The Black Lives Matter, all that stuff.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, it's okay to go out and as long as you wear a mask, you can protest. Otherwise, you can't leave your house.
But we did have the Summer of Love. Can't forget about that.
Yeah. Well, what good did that do us? I didn't have any sex that summer. Did you?
No, it was no different than any other summer in my life in the last 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a wasted summer of love for us.
I should qualify that. But anyway.
Well, that's when JP and I got together. So it was a summer of love.
I'm glad somebody had a good time.
That.
Love springs eternal in Dorothy's life. And I love your dog, Dorothy. Is that a Yorkie?
Yes, his name is Gucci.
Oh, that's an Aaron. That's an Aaron Yorkie.
His dad is a Spartan. He's a Michigan State Spartan, and he's hanging with us for a little while till he finds a new apartment. But
what's his
I don't
name?
know where he is.
Scorchy?
He had a little hot date last night. He hasn't come home yet, so I'm taking care of Gucci.
Gucci. What's his personality?
He's a Spartan fan. Go green. Gucci's a Spartan fan.
Does he bark a lot?
No, he's really good. He's better than those other two, but I love those other two too. But yeah, this Gucci is super sweet. Yeah, he's a bark at other dogs.
He loves the Yorkies. Love to cuddle.
Yes, especially when I have a blanket on my lap.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure you're very cuddly for him. Yeah.
Yes, I love Pet City. Because I only have fish, so it's fun.
Aaron, you got to get a Yorkie. That's the
Aaron
no doubt about it.
100%.
Yeah.
I used to have a Shih Tzu.
Oh, Shih Tzu? Is that what he said?
Yep.
Those are cute.
Oh.
I love Shih Tzus.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, this was a nice show.
4 minutes.
Dad was hypoallergenic. Or need to be hyperallergenic for my dad, or else it would not have worked. So
that's very minor.
That breeds something more or less. Yeah, well, I think Shih Tzus are cute.
Yorkies are too, aren't they? I think.
Yeah. Oh, I think Gucci's adorable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got to go. They were running over here, and
Dog guy. Big dogs are great, but they start jumping up. I mean, they're bigger than me. They start jumping up and sticking and like tackling you. I need some more manageables is better.
I want you guys to see JP's outfit.
Hey, JP.
It's the green.
Go green.
With a green box cutter.
Yeah. There you go.
Here's the final bit of trivia. Oh, there he is, the big dog.
Big dog.
Yeah, JP. Nice to see you, JP.
Hey, what up, Chad?
Mm-hmm. Looking good. Who was the Big Ten player that was called the Big Dog? Do you remember?
Cliff Robinson, of course.
Yeah,
wow, he's on fire real quick.
Was it Cliff Robinson or was it Glenn Robinson? I thought it was Glenn Robinson.
That was a group. I'm sorry.
I think it was Glenn Robinson for Purdue.
You might be right. I might have gotten my Robinsons mixed up.
Cliff Robinson was Connecticut. Yeah.
I know Cliff Robertson.
Cliff Robertson was in
Spider-Man.
Guess who I saw yesterday at the expo? Who? And I'm so mad I didn't turn around and say, hey, Spider John Sally.
Oh, Sally.
I was like, ah.
Oh, man. That's a big man. That man is big.
He walked right by me, and I'm like, oh.
Does he have the biggest hands?
I've met him before, but...
Does he have big hands?
Huh?
Does he have big hands?
Yeah, he has big hands. Yeah, he has little strange ears. Mm-hmm.
Spider Sally.
Spider Sally. I've heard that name in a long time.
They called him Long Tall Sally. You know?
Yeah, no kidding.
I did meet him once when I was in the lingerie bowl.
Good for you.
On the Best Damn Sports Show, period, in Detroit when the Super Bowl was there.
Mm-hmm.
He bumped into me. I think I told you guys this. He was like, "Don't bump into me because you're cute," or something like that. It was like,
he didn't.
Sounds like a come on.
So you didn't have a man crush.
We love winners.
You didn't have a big crush on him either.
No, I was Isaiah Thomas and Dennis Rodman, if you can believe that.
Dennis
Rodman.
Yeah.
Is it big or is it small?
Dennis Rodman didn't have those classic good looks. He just had that. He was just the ultimate
He had
athlete.
green nail polish on the day I met him at Cassidy's. Yeah.
He had nose rings
At
everywhere.
Cassidy's?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I met him at Cassidy's. I've seen him twice.
I've
I've seen him
never
at
seen him
Cassidy's and I've
there.
seen him in the alley over on PCH.
I've only seen him at Winery.
I've never
But,
seen him there, but then I don't have a winery that often.
I had a crush on him before he got crazy, like
Oh,
when
say,
he was a
can you-
Piston.
Do you know Brian at the Elks Lodge? Brian, he's a Minnesota Vikings fan.
I don't.
He's there all the time, and his wife, the skinny tall blonde wife.
Okay.
Oh well, ask for Brian. He's my old neighbor there. He
Okay.
was getting me in. Yeah, I could have joined as a member anytime. He invited me several times. I just never got around to it.
All right, we gotta go.
ChabDog's all angsty.
You gotta go.
So
You gotta get
say
ready
goodbye.
for my chaotic Monday. So let's have a good Sunday, rest up, and hit the new week with a lot of vengeance.
Yes, and I want to thank all of our co-hosts here, and
yes.
Hey, everybody, we could hear and speak to each other at the same time for once.
It worked
weeks.
out.
So today it worked.
We persevered and got it done. So.
Well, I got a new internet connection, or I'd say I was boring our neighbors here this time.
That's the word for next week.
On Tuesday, the word is frontier.
Persevere.
Frontier comes in and gives us a
persevere and get it done next week.
Fiber optic connection. So all right,
and get ready for the bloodbath in the tournament. That's
Yes.
going to be a complete bloodbath.
and make sure you enter our brackets on
Yes.
formerly called X. All right, bye everybody.
Bye bye.